This this is a great way to put it. These two comments are hilarious. This is a great way to put it, though. And it's the NFL. A win is a win, and we lost besides winning the game. Holy. That's pretty much it. Because we were getting carved up on defense. Our offense went backwards after those first two series. We were looking like Matt Canada was calling the plays out there. And Drake May, the Patriots offense, just had their way with the defense. It was inevitable that they were going to continue to get first downs and keep the chains moving and have completions. It was so easy. It was just nonchalant. It was just moving. Like I was telling you guys as the game's on in the third quarter, I'm like, it just feels like Patriots are going to easily move down the field and get in our red zone and score a touchdown, right? And then they just kept getting those first downs. Drake May's looking like Tom Brady in his prime. We're trying different coverages. We're trying man. We're trying zone. And someone's open on every play. And Drake May is hitting every completion. He went at one point, they showed the stat, 12 of 12? Just absolutely insane. But we won the game. We got the breaks. We got the turnovers. Holy hell, did we get the turnovers. Now, I don't think it's a sustainable way to win in this league on a week in and week out basis, but we're not going to apologize for winning this game. We'll take the win. Like this is how the game played out in front of us today. Sunday, September 21st. Steelers, Patriots, week 3. This was the game script for today. Patriots wanted to fumble the ball and give us opportunities, so we'll take it. But we can't be relying on 5 turnovers against the Vikings. We can't be relying on 5 turnovers after the bye against the Browns and the Bengals and the Packers. Just not sustainable. What is sustainable is good fundamentals, good schemes, good play calling, just flat out right, good defense, winning your matchups, right? And we didn't do that today. We did better in the run defense, though. I got to give credit for our run defense because that's the thing we were complaining about most after the first 2 weeks. We did give up over 100 on the ground, but a lot of that was Drake May and his scrambles. For their running backs and planned runs, Antonio Gibson, only 28 yards. Travion Henderson, 28 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 18 yards. They averaged 4.1 yards a carry, and that's including Drake May. So with just the running backs, it was less than 4. Definitely when you add up Gibson, Henderson, and Stevenson. So defense improved. Let's talk about some silver line. Let's talk about some positives here. Because we could definitely, we're 2-1. We're 2-1. Won against an AFC opponent. That's big. Our only loss this season is against the Seahawks, NFC. So 2 wins against the AFC, 1 loss against the NFC. Good spot to be in, right? When you're talking about playoffs, when you're talking about positioning, we won. Stop the run in better fashion. And we had some splash on defense. Now, the fumbles and stuff, we could argue a little fluky. And part of it is the Steelers making the play, right? You're taught a certain way to tackle. You're taught to punch at the ball, go for it. So part of it is Steelers, but, we can't be relying on the fumbles to be happening like that. We can't be relying on the turnovers to be happening like that going forward. Sound defense first and then splash? Yeah, 100%. But playing not sound defense and then just having a fumble bail you out, not a strategy for success, I would say. But the splat, not even the turnover, like sacks too, right? TJ Watt made an appearance. I think we have 5 or 6 sacks? TJ, Herbig. Derek Harmon got a sack. I know he played pretty good. He was in the mix. I think he got a sack early in the game, didn't he? I know Cam Hayward did. Let me look. Yeah, 5 total sacks. Cam. Yeah, Harmon did early in the game. Thought I remembered that right. The splash was back on defense. So another silver lining there. On offense, off to a good start. Back-to-back series, start the game, touchdowns. Took advantage of the Cole Holcomb fumble right off the bat. We're up 14-0. So silver lining, but then we know how the rest of the game played out from an offensive standpoint and defensive standpoint. But technically, the defense only gave up 14 points. I said we just got to keep it under 20, and they did. But if you watch the game, you know why. You know why. It wasn't because we were stopping the Patriots and they were punting the ball. No, it was they were moving the ball up and down the field and fumbling or throwing a pick at the goal line. They could have easily had an extra, 14 points there if it wasn't for the Cam Hayward tip pass pick right before halftime and then the fumble right down at the goal line. Easily. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. It's the NFL. It's football. Like, this shit happens. So I'm not going to complain about it, but just talking about where we stand as a team right now and what can we expect going forward and how we need to assess ourselves, we still got some work to do. We definitely got some work to do. Clean up the run defense, but pass defense was worse. Now, the caveat is Darius Slay was banged up. He was out for a portion of the game. He did come back. Still missing JPJ, missing our best safety in Deshaun Elliott. Speaking of safety, Jabril Peppers, big-time player in this game. Was awesome. Revenge game for him. All over the place. Up at the line of scrimmage, making tackles. There were so many fumbles. I can't remember who forced what. But did he force one of the fumbles? I know Cam forced the fumble. Herbig did. Cam tipped the pass for the pick. I'm trying to think who else. Who am I missing? Herbig with 4 QB hits. Yeah, because even though he only had 1 sack, it felt like he was really close to getting more than that, maybe 3 or 4 sacks. He was right around the quarterback a lot. He was jumping off the screen to me. I can't remember who else popped. Cole Holcomb at the beginning of the game. I'm definitely missing a player. But Peppers was awesome. We already mentioned Harmon. Cam Hayward earning his money. Even though I think he's only getting incentives for sacks, right? I think he needs 8 sacks. It's sacks and playing time. So some of the other stuff that popped up today with Cam Hayward won't get recognized in terms of incentives. But, yeah, the pass deflection, quarterback hits, around the ball, good in the run stopping too. Cam had a throwback type of game today. Really good game for Cam. Good game for TJ too. The 2 sacks. Showed up in the second half. Showed up in the big drives, the big series. Had the fumble recovery too. Did the whole wave the ball at the Patriots sideline after literally the play before he was getting held when he was trying to chase Drake May down. He was pissed about that. He's looking at the ref, and then he gets the fumble recovery from the Nick Herbig forced fumble. Offense, I'm a little concerned. I am. Like the game-winning drive. Clutch from Rodgers. Beautiful pass to Calvin Austin. First 2 series, great. I mean, Rodgers looked like vintage Rodgers. Rodgers looked awesome. The offense looked awesome. Jalen Warren, the run blocking, the pass block, everything just looked amazing. Everything looked gravy. It looked like we were a completely new team those first 2 or 3 series, both offensively and defensively. And then second quarter happened, third quarter happened, fourth quarter happened, and the defense became Swiss cheese, and the offense reverted back to Canada shit, man. I literally thought Matt Canada was calling the plays at one point. Like in the third quarter, we became so stagnant. We became so conservative. It was the only way we were getting positive yardage was off of the ref throwing a flag, and we remember those days. It was eerily reminiscent of the Canada era where obvious run. Now it's 3rd and long. We got to heave something up down the sideline 1-on-1 and pray we get a penalty or pray Pickens makes an amazing catch. And in this case, it would be DK Metcalf. And Rodgers wasn't even throwing the ball close to the receivers on some of these. We're getting the flags on. Like, thank God the ref was throwing them. Again, I'm not gonna complain. I'll take it. I'm not gonna apologize for it. But going forward, what are we? What is this offense? I don't know, man. I don't know. We're running the ball so good with Warren early, and we couldn't anymore. And kudos to the Patriots. They keyed in on him, which they should have, because he was the big mismatch with their linebackers. But, yeah, they had a couple guys after him every time Jaylen Warren touched the ball. Robert Spillane was making good tackles. Speaking of Spillane, what the hell happened with that Rodgers pick? Oh, my. I'm looking forward to hearing his explanation in the postgame. Threw it right to him. Right to him. 16 of 23, 139, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick for Rodgers. Won the game, though. Biggest stats to win. He get game-winning drive at the end. That counts for something. But offense was so lackluster. And Rodgers was missing throws, too. 1 or 2 of them was on the receiver, like Pat Freiermuth on that one where Rodgers was scrambling. Muth didn't sit down. He kept going to the sideline. So they missed on that. But, yeah, there was some bad throws by Rodgers, too. Also, no one really getting open. You could see him looking down the field and throwing it to someone, and Patriots defenders all over the intended target. Like, DK Metcalf ain't getting much separation. I don't know, man. Seeing a lot of the same stuff with the offense for a good portion of this game to what we've experienced. And I guess you could say these dark days of the Steelers offense, the Canada era, whatever you want to call it, the unimaginative era we've been dealing with here, the behind the times offense. Just, man, yeah, a good portion of this game was similar to all that. Was very reminiscent of that. So that was an unfortunate part of this one. What else? Let me read some of the comments. Am I missing anything? I got a couple notes written down here. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. I think we are going to have to trade for another guy at some point. Calvin Austin, it doesn't seem like that connection with Rodgers is really cemented. Too inconsistent. I mean, how DK Metcalf is inconsistent right now. I don't even know if we could rely on him to be like this franchise number one. We're going to have to trade for a receiver, I think, when it's all said and done. I wouldn't mind trading for another running back to help out in the backfield, too. Kenneth Gainwell, cool, had a decent game today. But we need another guy. Unless we think Caleb Johnson's going to get redemption here and he's going to really turn the corner. I don't know if that's happening in his rookie year. So I think we could definitely afford to get another running back, another receiver. And then on defense, I know getting a defensive lineman was floated out there in a trade, potentially, if things didn't pick up in our run defense. But I like what Derek Harmon was doing. I liked what our run defense looked like. It was mainly Drake May killing us with the scrambles. It was less about the Patriots playing runs and their running backs. Yeah. Very little over the middle. Very little. It was perimeter based and running it into a brick wall for a good portion of that second, third quarter, and early fourth quarter. Yep. Which we know what that was like. We've experienced that. We talked about how we need to start using the middle of the field more. And first 2 weeks, Rodgers was. This game was just jarring to me. It took me aback a little bit, especially after those first 2 series. Like, oh man, yeah, we got an offense. Rodgers looks prime form. I was thinking, okay, what does he got to do? Like, he's on good pace right now. After that first touchdown, what's his 6 touchdowns, a pick, 2 picks on the season. All right, what could that be over 17 games? What's his touchdown interception ratio looking like? Could he be in the MVP conversation? That's what I was thinking after those first two series, literally. And then, geez, oh man, went backwards big time, but got the win. Got the win. It wasn't pretty, ugly, and that's what I'll take right now with this team still trying to find their groove. Us still needing to get healthy. First 4 weeks of the season, we got a bye after this Ireland game. Let's get to 3-1. I don't care how. Let's get to 3-1. We could still have our critiques. We could still talk about what needs to be improved and stuff, but let's win while we try to figure this stuff out. It's way better to win while you're figuring it out and then hopefully peaking later on in the season and in midseason. And then you actually have your identity. You have who you are as a team at that point. So this was a big win. It really was. We don't think the Patriots are going to be legitimate contenders or anything, but they're going to end up probably being a decent team when it's all said and done. And they're in the AFC, and we've struggled against New England historically. Even without Brady, we're losing to Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi at home. And this game obviously was in the balance. After 14-0, Patriots came back, and their time of possession, they were dominating us, basically. Dominating us. So to get out of this stadium with a win, like, I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. Patriots were, you know what? We were the better. How about this? I don't know if this is going to make sense. We were the better team for the end spots of the game, which would be like the beginning and the end caps. Patriots were better in the middle, but they turned the ball over too much in the middle and gave us opportunities and didn't take advantage of scoring opportunities for themselves. Like, that's what it came down to. I'd say we were better. Do we want to say a 50-50 split? It didn't feel like that. Like, we were the better team 40% of the time, but it was the 40 that mattered. And when the Patriots were moving the ball and stuff and playing good defense, they just gave it right back. They were reckless. All right, we got a paid comment here I got to get to. Oh, wow. Is this real? Penix bench for Kirk Cousins. I saw the score. It was looking pretty bad. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's 30-0. Wow. Cousins is back. Whew. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, for this game, what does it mean going forward? I don't think they're going to bench Penix for next week. If it continues, yeah, they'll go back to Cousins. But not for this game. They're just going to, this is one of those you just throw out the game tape just on to next week. That type of thing. Yo, what's good, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big win. Ugly win, but big win. We'll take it. Not going to complain about it. Not going to complain about the win. We can complain about aspects of the Steelers' offense and defense that we feel like need to be improved if we want to be legit contenders. No doubt about it. Hey, it's part of football, though. The turnovers are part of football. We'll take it. We will absolutely take it. For today, I'll take the turnovers any day, but I would rather have, if you're going into a game, sound schemes, winning your matchups, just playing overall good defense, as opposed to what we did today, playing shoddy defense. We look like Swiss cheese out there, but then, yeah, the random fumble here or there saved us. Thank God. We needed all five. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Because Drake May and the Patriots offense had the ball in our zone with a minute left, down a score. We needed every one of those turnovers. And the one that's forgotten about is the one at the beginning of the game with Cole Holcomb. They fumbled, we scored. That was big. That was huge. Gave us short field. Took advantage. I mean, all of them were big, though. All of them were big. I just forgot. Like, it just happened. So, like, this game took so many different turns that I forgot about that Cole Holcomb one. Where was Metcalf all day? Catching screen passes. That's pretty much it. I mean, he did have that sick one for the touchdown, though. That was badass. Couple screen passes, and then that end zone play. That's really it. I mean, he helped us on the defensive pass interference where Rodgers chucked it up. It was an unthrowable ball, or uncatchable ball. It was not even close, but refs helped us there. Yeah, and the refs were kind of on our side too. It was like we got the turnovers. Refs were a little bit on our side. Dude, literally those first two series and how we started that game, I'm thinking to myself, wow. It's after the game. I mean, I'm just going to be praising everyone. I'm going to be praising Tomlin, coaching staff, the player. Like we flipped the script. We got everything right now. We learned from week 1 and week 2. Now I just don't know what to think about this team like going forward. I was saying during the game, is it best to just have low expectations, zero expectations going into these against the Vikings? Just be like, all right, if we score a touchdown, I'm going to be happy. Because I do have high expectations for this team, and I think that's just leaving me disappointed after seeing a game like today, after seeing really what the Steelers team has looked like the first 3 weeks. Because I was talking big this offseason. I was talking big. Since we got Rodgers, since we got DK, O-line should be better. We invested so much in that unit. It's their time this year. First round picks in Broderick, Fautanu, Mason McCormick. Zach Frazier had a good rookie year last year. Sayamalu, that steady veteran. We got rid of Najee, so we're getting more explosive at the running back position. We got Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, speedy receivers, talented guys. Jonnu Smith was traded for. It's not going to look like what it has, right? It's not going to look like what it has. Same with the defense. We got Jalen Ramsey. We got Darius Slay. Bolstered up the D-line through the draft. Derek Harmon, Y.A. Black, Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen. Peyton Wilson's supposed to be coming into his own. Patrick Queen's going to be year 2 in the system. Defense is going to be better, right? It's not going to be, but it's just good portion of that game. On offense and defense, it was looking like same old. So that's why I'm like, where are we going from here? Where are we going? I don't know. Maybe that's the vibe you have to have, though. Just enjoy the ride. Anything positive is house money at this point. Just be along for the ride. No expectations. I know. I feel like I'm giving proper due for the win. I did at least start whenever I started this post game. Yeah, I think I did at the beginning. It's like this was big, like getting the win. This is the name of the game. Winning ain't everything. Winning is the only thing. You play to win the game. Oh wow, we got this is a Rodgers press conference. Yeah, he said he made a terrible interception. Yeah, not surprising. All right, I'm gonna take this. Is gonna be distracting. I'm listening to that while I'm talking to you guys. Comments. Actually, I want to get. What game do I want to get on? Eagles, Buccaneers. No. Jets, Buccaneers. We got on right now. But anyway, let's get a couple of these comments here before I get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of this Sunday. Yeah, Derek Harmon. Mentioned him. Awesome game. Maybe Derek Harmon. I joked about it whenever we were getting carved up in the run game and the run defense the first 2 weeks, saying like it can't be that Derek Harmon is this huge X factor that we're missing and he's going to be the missing piece, right? He can't be the guy that we're relying on to fix this run defense like that. What are we expecting him to be, Mean Joe Green or something right off the bat his rookie season? He played good. He did play good. He was kind of a missing piece. We could have definitely used him against the Jets and the Seahawks. That's for sure. He looked good, man. Like, didn't seem like the injury was affecting him at all. And we limited his snaps. He was only out there for a small portion of the time. But the time he was out there, he was having an impact. I liked him a lot. This was wow. I'm just trying to think. Recent history of ugly wins. Where would this thing stack up? This is up there. I mean, we've been winning ugly with how our offenses look. There's no doubt about it. I think that Browns one on Monday Night Football with KP8 in his second year, that one was ugly as hell. Oh, there was a couple in Kenny's second year. Yeah. The Ravens won at home. It was almost like this. The Ravens just kept like doing stupid stuff and turning the ball over, and we couldn't do anything on offense. And then finally, literally last drive, Kenny threw that one up to Pickens for the game winner. That was ugly. The Browns one, though, on Monday night, the offense put up like negative yards, and we got out of there with a win. I think our defense scored more points than our offense. Let me know any other games I'm missing. Go down memory lane. Black and Yellow Texas Steel. Did Wilson play? CA3 needs more targets. PQ, him? Bro, I don't know about you're saying PQ's him? Like, he had his ups and downs. There was just a lot of downs with him, I felt like, in the middle of that game. But I think overall, he was neutral. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you could argue he was a net positive on the game with some of the other stuff that he was doing. But in coverage, wasn't too good. There's some lanes opened up that I felt like he missed on. And yeah, there were some guys catching him out the backfield on his watch too. So I don't know. I mean, he made some other good plays though. I think he had like a tackle for loss. He was getting some pressure. Did Wilson play? Why isn't your comment showing up? I'm sorry. I don't know why. I'm trying to get it up. And you're saying, did Wilson play? I'm assuming you're talking about Roman Wilson. I didn't really see him out there. No. That's the other thing, too. I like that you brought up Chuck Clark. He should have had 2 picks. Drake May should have had, I guess it would have been 3 total picks. Yeah, Chuck Clark dropped 2 easy ones. Maybe the second one wasn't as easy because he was sliding. And that's the weird part about the O-line here. Alan Edwards says fire Myers. O-line is the missing link if we want to be legit contenders. You saw what happened those first 2 series. The O-line was getting after it. Run blocking, lanes were opened up everywhere. And I thought the pass blocking was good. At least it was good enough. Rodgers was getting the ball out quick. There was DK screens and the quick fade route on the sideline for the touchdown. Like he was just getting the ball out quick. He was making the one read and getting it out. So that helped the offensive line too in the pass protection. But to your point, it's night and day. Absolutely night and day. Now, maybe part of it throughout that middle of the game in the second and third quarter when our offense went to the shitter could have been play calling. If it just felt like we got a little too predictable. We got a little too comfortable. We weren't putting the pedal to the metal. We weren't going full throttle to try to close out the Patriots. And that's kind of like after it was weird because it was like after the Patriots scored because didn't Rodgers miss Muth on that scramble when we were still up 14-0, and that like changed the game. Like once we didn't convert there, that's when Patriots had the ball, rest of the half. Or maybe we were up 14-7. I can't remember the exact timeline of all that. But I wasn't expecting after that play, because there was like 7-8 minutes left before halftime. I wasn't expecting us to not get the ball back before half. That's what happened. They drove down the field, but we luckily got that pick in the end zone going into half 14-7. What do you guys think, man? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I love the win. I'll take it. The game-winning drive, Rodgers, defense, They closed it out like they were supposed to. But, like, what's our path going forward? Like, who are we? What? And again, winning while we try to figure it out. Great problem to have. Great problem. But is there upside? Like, where? I think there's upside with the defense. There's a ceiling with the defense to get to where they should be, or some sort of stratosphere of where they should be with the injuries and getting healthy. But that the offense concerned me. The offense took me aback a little bit, because even week 1, week 2, I felt like the offense just looked better, just felt better, felt different. Now, we did get that for 3 series, but it was at the beginning and it was at the end. The middle was ugly as hell. What changes can we make on offense? What do we need to do differently? Yeah, get another receiver in here and get another running back. Just back to the drawing board. Maybe that's it. Just hope it gets better. Back to the drawing board. Make some fixes. Arthur Smith call some plays better. I don't know. That's all I got. Nothing really groundbreaking. Nothing really earth shattering. But that's it, man. I think that's all I got for this little post game here. Shout out to everyone that was here for the live game, the full game. Went live for that, and shout out to everyone that's here now, stopping through, making some time, and giving your takes. So you'll see me tomorrow for sure. We'll get a bit out tomorrow. Back on the grind this week, and then we got Vikings week 4. We got Carson Wentz and the Vikings week 4. Here we go, Steelers. Peace.